Yeah. Turn the mic up. Draft boys ready. Let's go. While they chase headlines, he's digging through the tape. First string grind, every snap, every rep. Everybody talking first round, same names again. Danny in the shadows, finding value in the 10. Stopwatch ticking, notebooks full of ink. Missed by the cameras, but he sees what you think you didn't see. From small schools, backups with a chance. If there's a sleeper on the board, he already made the call in advance. Danny Savage, draft guru. Breaking down the board like a pro really do. Late round legends, yeah, he's standing on the truth. Day 3, Danny turning pigs into proof. When the lights fade out and the crowd goes home, that's when the future gets quietly grown. 6th, 7th round, undrafted dreams. You connecting all the dots in between the schemes. Traits over hype, film over fame. If the league missed it, he's calling the name. Every year, gotta steal, every class got a few. When they go and show brand, Danny says, watch this dude. Danny Savage, draft guru. If it's sitting on the board, yeah, he's finding it too. From the war room to the long shot crew. Day 3, Danny, yeah, the legends coming through. Yeah. This is Danny Savage, draft guru. Let's go. Let's get into it. This is Danny Savage, draft guru. Let's get into it.
Boom! Greetings from YouTubeville. Once again, Danny Savage, draft guru. If you like the video, subscribe, give it a like, hit the hyper button. Also, don't forget to click on the notifications so you know when I go live. I'm getting it touched up mañana, I think. On like 4 off weeks. By far the best beard on YouTube. Charlene Evans, boom. Thank you for jumping in the chat. There's a clown out there that he says he goes by like he's the champ of the talking about the old line. Not in my world, my friends. Compare my rankings to him. Him and his friend Brian. Not in my world. Find me another channel where you see kids from HBCU schools ahead of kids from Nebraska, Alabama, Big Ten schools. You know why? Because I don't give an F what you got on the side of your helmet. If I like you, I like you. If you can play, you can play. I do not give a flying F about anyone else's lists because just check out mine and then check out theirs and you'll see the difference. All right, so we're going to be talking about guards today. I only got to 20, got like 2 hours of sleep last night, and I'm going to be doing 10 more. All right, I'm showing my age, bro. Who remembers that movie, Necessary Roughness? It's about a college. They got a whole bunch of recruiting scandals, and long story short, they had to go both ways. Sinbad was in it. I'm showing my age. It was like the Texas Armadillos. They had to go both ways in college football. And then they had a scrimmage like a team from the Texas, and it was Randy White, Herschel Walker, Jerry Rice, Bo Jackson, Ditka, Ben Stevens from the Raiders, like all Evander Holyfield, like all these dudes stepped off the prison bus and just destroyed them in a scrimmage. Yo, funniest movie ever. But long story short, they had a center, a big island guy, and they called him Manu Slender. That's what I'm calling my number one guard from Penn State because I'm going to destroy this kid's name, and he's my number one guard. Check out this name, bro. Say this name 10 times. I feel sorry for when he was in kindergarten. I had to write his name out. Olaivavega, Ioane. That's what we're going to go with him. But to me, he's Manu Slender from Necessary Roughness. For all you young cats, it's a crazy. Alvin Mack is in it. Latimer's in it. It's a funny movie, man. 6'3", 330-pound wrecking machine at Penn State. I've said it a million times. You want a lineman, and you go to Penn State. You want a linebacker, you go to Penn State. You want a running back, you go to Penn State. You want even safeties, corners, wide receivers, and quarterbacks. You don't go to Penn State. They suck. All right. Number 2. No one is talking about this kid. Nobody. But I'm going to say within the next 5 days, when a certain somebody comes out with his draft guide, all of a sudden, the world is going to be talking about. But yet I've been talking about this kid for months. Everyone I'm giving you, I've broken down already. So I'm not going to be going crazy in depth. Their 2024 and 2025 highlights are on my channel. Beau Stevenson, guard, University of Iowa, 6'5", 320-pound wrecking machine. Wrecking machine inside the tackles, wrecking machine going down the field. Iowa's offensive line won the Joe Moore Award for the best offensive line in the United States. And listen, I love Lee Hunter. Lee Hunter, I think, is my third D tackle. But after Senior Bowls, Beau Stephens, he called them out. And he DDT'd him, bro. I'm telling you, no one's talking about him. But within a week, you go to Twitter, you're going to see a million videos on this kid. Within a week, everyone's going to be like, I've been talking about this kid for months. Straight animal. At 3, Emmanuel Pregon, guard, Oregon, 6'4", 320, plays much bigger. At 4 horsemen, Rome, Georgia. Only 300 people live there. Like 3 of you are going to get that. Jalen Farmer, Kentucky, 6'5", 320. He was a lot heavier than that. Big goon. Now, at 5, we're going to call this kid Richie Incognito Jr. Keylan Rutledge, Georgia Tech. He might slide. He's 6'4", 330. He might slide a little bit. Straight goon, nasty. But like a year and a half ago, he had a nasty injury where they almost had to amputate his ankle. So, he's got a million rods in there. So think about going from, we're going to have to take your ankle off to now playing in the NFL. So, and he's nasty. Teams might get scared over the ankle. You got to trust your doctors at that point, but he plays nasty. A kid who has been one of my guys since I've only started breaking down guys in May of 2025 for this year's class. At 6, Anez Cooper, guard. All 6'6", 360 pounds of them. Straight beast. Listen, are you going to see this kid downfield 30, 40 yards taking out DBs? No. He's going to be best in a power-based zone blocking scheme. Bad man. Isn't it amazing, like, when Miami played Ohio State? Miami's O-line basically just shut everybody down. That's because you win and you lose up front. But what do I know? Anez Cooper. Now, show you again while the best. There's 2 Texas A&M guards that are rated. Everyone else has the other kid rated higher. But yet I'm the only one that has this kid rated higher. And his name is Armaj Reed Adams. straight monster, 6'6", 340 pounds, Texas A&M. And I am the only person in the world that thinks he's the better guard on Texas A&M. We're going to find out. Ironic. If I get lucky again. I wish I would fucking get this lucky playing the lottery, bro. I truly do. But I'm blessed, so. At 8, Jermiah Wright, Auburn. All 6'5", 340 pounds on him. Ain't getting the love he deserves because he played on a team that was horrendous. This next kid, no one's talking about him, and he's a straight monster. He's only started for Texas for uno, dos, tres for the last 3 years. DJ Campbell, right guard for Texas. 3-year starter, 6'3", 330. In my opinion, he probably played closer to 340. As wide as refrigerator. And you know what I love about him? He's only 6'3", but he could punch you from across the room. No one's talking about him. Why not? DJ Campbell, remember this name. Straight goon guard out of Texas. All right. Now we're going to talk about everyone, Texas A&M's other guard, who some people have too. But everyone is saying he's the better Texas A&M guard. We'll find out. And this kid's a local kid. So if I wanted to be a favoritism, I would say him. But no, I say the truth even when I lie. Chase Bisontis. He was A&M's left guard. 6'5", 320, athletic, mean, 6'5", 320 pounds. I do think in an emergency, he could step in a tackle, but very, very, very athletic guard. I just don't have him as higher as everyone else. Hey, what do you want from me? At 11, we got Febechi Nwaiwu. Hey, what do you want? I'm doing my best. Guard, Oklahoma, 6'4", 340 pounds. 2-year starter at Oklahoma. Then he came out of North Texas, and then I don't know what it is, bro. North Texas, Texas State, and Minnesota have the biggest. I don't know where they grow these dudes, bro. They have the biggest offensive lineman I've ever seen. It's like, oh, you're 6'4", 300. No, we don't want you. If you're not 6'5", 350, they don't want you. All right. So now we're going to be at 12, and we're going to be talking about Richie Incognito Sr. If you want a nasty, mean offensive lineman, it's this kid. Now, everyone's acting like this kid's a serial killer because there was a pile up and he was standing up, and he accidentally stepped on a defensive back who's lying on the pile's ankle. Hey, it was an accident. Accidents happen. If you never played, I can't help you, but if you only knew what goes on the bottom of those piles. So this kid, they think he's a serial killer. He might slide a little bit because, they wanted to ban this kid forever for doing that. He stepped on his ankle. It was an accident. But you want to talk about nastiness? He's big. He's mean. He's 6'6", 330. He's a guard with tackle flex. Me personally, leave him inside and let him do his thing on the bottom of the piles. Sometimes when you make an omelet, you gotta break a few eggs, bro. I'm sorry, man. This isn't table tennis, my friends. It's football. The biggest, the fastest, the meanest wins. At 13, Billy Schaugh, Notre Dame. Team captain, 6'4", 310 pounds. Now, this is what a lot of people don't do. When you see, but this is common sense, the best running back in a draft or the best running back in a season, don't you think it's smart to do a deep dive on that team's offensive line? What? 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 You think that dude was making the holes by himself? No, bro. Yeah, no one does that. He was a little bit banged up this season, but solid player. Notre Dame puts out solid offensive linemen. Unless the Miami Dolphins draft you, unless you're a left tackle and the Miami Dolphins draft you and they want you to play center, whatever. Next kid, you want a straight goon bouncer? Kentucky's other guard, Joshua Braughn, 50-plus game starter, 6'6", 350. He just looks pissed off always. He just looks pissed off always. Very, very underrated, not getting the love he deserves. At 15, we have Ole Miss. Now, at Ole Miss, he played some offensive tackle, but he's being slid in. Jayden Williams. He's 6'4", 340. How ironic. New England's really, really interested in this kid. And, Mike Vrabel, you see drills. Mike Vrabel with no pad going at it with him. I guarantee you he's going to visit New England. And just like Mike Vrabel did last year, Mike Vrabel's going to put on a helmet and shoulder pads and go at it with him like he did with 2 offensive linemen last year. If my team only would have got Mike Vrabel. 16, Michael Morris, Georgia. 6'4", 340, bulldog. Choppy. He has these choppy steps, if that makes any sense. Good. He's, very strong at center, at the point of attack. Is he somebody I want leading a counter tray? No. He's going to be best playing inside in a power zone scheme. Willing blocker, looks for contact every single play, but he's not the best athlete in the world. But he's crazy aggressive. But he played for the Georgia, and ironically, I called him a bulldog. Check out this name. And I've been watching this kid for like the last 2 seasons, and I've done video on this kid for the last 2 seasons. Emeka Aboja, Texas State. 6'5", 350 pounds. Like I said, Texas State. I don't know where they get their linemen. I don't know where. Yo, Killer, what are you doing, bro? Yo, what? Yo, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm talking to you. That's my 100-pound killer. When he was a puppy, he ate my entire couch. Then I got so lucky, man. So lucky. He used to always go under my master bed. Thank God the power was off, but he ate my cable wire. He ate through it. Thank God the TV was off, because when like Verizon or whoever the fuck it was came back to, yo, if you want to be on the show, come over here. He makes his appearances. You check my show. My dog always makes appearances. And the guy said, he's like, if your electric would have been on, if your TV would have been on, he would have got cooked, man. Thank God, man. But Emeka Aboja, Texas State. He started off at Coffeyville Community College. Then he went to Incarnate Ward. Texas State in general. I don't know where. They're huge. Ridiculous. And yet, like I said, I don't care what you have on the side of your helmet. If I like you, I like you. Just like, I mean, they have a 2P. Okay, Larry Allen, you can make a very good argument. Best guard that's ever played. The only other person in consideration would be John Hannah. But Larry Allen went to Sonoma State. So if you really think you need to go to me, I know me, I could find my goons anywhere. But, all right, next kid, we're going to be talking about Jayden Roberts, Alabama. Nice size, 6'5", 335. He's sliding a lot. He only played 4 games this year. He was banged up. But he's basically he has 20 career starts. It's ironic. Everyone's like, oh, Tyler Booker was Alabama's right guard. I'm like, no, he wasn't. You don't fucking watch football, bro. Come on, man. This kid was for the last 3 years. But like I said, 6'5", 335. Alabama offensive linemen scare me, bro. I'm telling you, I got to stop burning sage, bro. But he only started 4 games this past season. But you see, here's the deal. I got no problem drafting these Alabama linemen late. It's these kids in the first round that just turn out to be straight up busts. All right, at 19, we're putting this kid in guard because this kid cannot pass block. His name is he's the worst pass block. He's horrendous. And I'm just being a little rough, but his name is Elijah Pritchett. He originally started out at Alabama. So he was at Alabama. I forgot his name when Alabama had the running back at quarterback, and in the playoff game against Michigan, he basically put his fucking head down and just ran in the wrong hole. So he was on that team. And that year, Elijah Pritchett gave up like 32 pressures. They're like, all right, we got to get him out of here. They sent him over to Nebraska. He got a little bit better. He's 6'6", 340, but nah, man. He's a guard. Next kid, I simply don't know how. You're a goon. You played with Prime because Prime said we're bringing in Louis and Gucci. And then you played on a national championship team and you won. And no one's talking about you. And his name is Khalil Benson, offensive line, Indiana. He played right tackle for them. I think he's plug and play guard. He's decent size. 6'6", 345. I haven't seen one person mention his name. Hell of a pass blocker. I mean, Mendoza had like what? 11 Mississippis to pass? Yo, he's going to get killed at the Raiders. Austin Gentry's going to be like, look out, while he gets killed. Raiders better draft some offensive linemen, and the Raiders better draft some big-ass running back to pass block. But yet, I think Austin Gentry was like my 5th-ranked running back last year. So listen, like I said, I put 20 out. We'll get 10 out more by tonight or mañana, and then tomorrow we got 30 safeties and quarterback, then corners. And that's it. And I just got to fill in like a couple of tight ends. And then basically the month of April is basically my daily series of super sleepers and mock drafts. Because I don't have to do the work. Because I've done it. Like, yo, you got to realize, I don't want this video to go crazy long. You got 6 years of tape on some of these kids. But yet people say, oh, I got to watch 3 games. That's lazy scouting, bro. Lazy. That's why from day one, I made this a draft channel. Because it's just too big to just pop up in February and be like, oh, yeah, look at me. Listen, bro. Because we all know when you're rocking with the GWO, it's for life. Charlene Evans, boom. Thank you for jumping in the chat. Wait till the end of the week when everybody, Beau Stephens will be a household name by the end of the week. Yet I've been talking about him for months. Yet I haven't seen any other draft person drop him. But wait until by the end of the week. Real knows real, man. Peace.